Welcome back, everybody. So today we are using another new lure to me. It is the Eurotackle Spade Blade. I like Eurotackle's products a lot, so I'm sure I'll probably like this one also. It is a little bit bigger of a bait. It's a 16th ounce, but it's a little bit bigger, kind of like a flutter spoon. So we are out on a lake that has big fish. Now, a little bit of story time. So last year, well, I guess late ice last year, so it was January 2025, I found a lake that had an absolute monster. And every trip I came out, I would see this fish and I could do absolutely nothing to get it to bite. And when I say this thing was massive, it was about 2 foot long on live scope. Now, I mean, live scope isn't always 100% accurate, so it could be plus or minus a little bit, but it was still very, very close to 2 foot. The lake we're on has trout and bass. It's not supposed to have pike, it's not supposed to have walleye, so if you're talking a 2 foot long fish of either of those, it is massive and probably getting close to my PB. I've caught a 24-inch bass before. It was a little bit over 8 pounds. So I don't know if it's trout or bass, but I really want to catch it. So we're back out at that lake today, hoping to see if we can't finally get that fish to bite. Who knows if it's even here anymore. I popped a couple holes where we had it set from last year. We pinned those spots. I didn't see anything absolutely monstrous, so it could have potentially been caught in summer, or it could have potentially, you know, no longer here. So we'll see if that fish is potentially still here, if we see it on live scope. There's plenty of fish here, but we want to catch a big one, and we really want to test this thing out. So let's get this guy out of the package, tied on, and see if we can't get lucky. So the Spade Blade, it is kind of like a flutter spoon, but it's got all sorts of stuff going on with it. We have little brass blades, little appendages there that are sure going to make some sort of noise clinking down there. A lot of flash, obviously, movement, vibration, all that stuff. On the back end, it does have a rattle also. So this kind of has a lot going on. And it's gold, so obviously your perch, trout, all that, gonna absolutely love it. I've done really well with gold, so that's why we picked this color and why we picked this lake. So a little bit of a fire tiger pattern, but we are gonna go out and hopefully end up getting this thing absolutely crushed. So let's get her tied on and see if we can't catch a couple. Get him. That's not bad. It's not a big one, but not a bad one to start on. Oh, he's pulling drag. What'd I say? This lake has big old fish. There's a bigger one that was actually down there looking at it too. Oh boy. Oh, on the Spade Blade. Look at that. That is crazy. How big are you? Is that a 10? That has to be darn close if it isn't. You bit so soft though. Alright, there was a bigger one down there. He is so fat. Holy cow. Look at that guy. How big are you? That is that's a 10. That is a 10 on the dot. First fish. And there was a bigger one. The other one might have been 10 1/4. Or it could have been a different species, I guess, also. That's great. Let that guy go. That is just ridiculous. I wasn't thinking when I was using this guy that we were going to be looking at bluegill. I was thinking much more perch. Oh man, there's so much line twist from that last bait that we used. I tied on a new leader and everything, and it still's got a ton of line twist. I was thinking more perch, trout, bass, that sort of thing. I was not thinking bluegill, but there's a small one that's looking at it already. But I am very happy with that fish. First 10 of the year. That one looks like a decent fish. Got him. Wasn't sure if I had him right away. Oh, is he not as big? Oh, just kidding. Just took a little while to fight. Oh my. What are you? This one looked bigger than the last one. So I don't know if it's a bluegill or not, but it's fighting harder than the last one. Oh, it is a bluegill. Oh my gosh. How big is this one? It looked bigger than the last one. So, and again, live scope's not always 100%, but how big are you? That one is actually just a smidge smaller. That is 9 3/4, but look how fat he is. Like, that is just ridiculous. 2 fish. That's crazy. That one actually did look bigger than the first one we caught though. So again, live scope's not always going to be 100% accurate, depending on how they line up and everything else like that. But he might have been thicker than the last one. Well, that is a great start. 2 fish in about 15 minutes and 9 3/4 and a 10. That's awesome. But that goes to show this lake absolutely has monsters. But I have not seen that 2-foot long fish. I haven't even seen a trout on. Trout are usually on live scope really darty and whatnot. I haven't seen one of those yet either. So none of the big ones have come out to play, but it's early. We still have 2.5 hours before sundown, so, and that's typically when I saw it last year. We might end up having to move. We might not find it this trip, but we will definitely be out here again. Oh, there's another one down there. I'm sight fishing trout. I saw one come right underneath my hole. He's got it. That's crazy. I literally was just like looking down the hole to, oh, it got off. Oh man. I was looking down the hole to, I don't even know, something caught my eye. And all of a sudden I just see a trout. I'm like, no way. He was a foot underneath the ice. Well, we missed him. He got off. Should have let him play out a little bit longer, but there are trout here. That was funny. I don't know how many times I've seen trout do that. I know they certainly can, but we're in such deep water right now. For him to only be cruising a foot below the ice. I couldn't even see him on live scope because he was that shallow or that kind of an angle. But, well, we almost had a fish to take home. But they like the spade blade also. Yep. That's not a bad one. It's not fighting at all. Oh! There's one of the ones I thought we'd catch more of. Oh! Got our spade blade up in the ceiling. That was a crappie. It wasn't a big one. It was a decent one. Probably an 11. Let's try not to tear this up. I wonder if that's what some of the bigger ones that we've seen so far today have been. Just crappie. Alright, this might be a bit of a task here. Trying not to rip my ceiling. There we go. Yeah. There's our trout. Should have. Oh boy. Should have 2, but lost the first one. Come on. We have a good one. It's not a bad trout. Oh, don't poke me. There we go. Little trout. We'll take him home. Should have 2 blade in there. Again, gold has always worked so well for me for trout because they can see from so far away. If you've never ice fished for trout, especially with a live scope, because it is just so much fun, you can see them dart around and they act so much like a cat, it's ridiculous. Again, on the spade blade, crappie, bluegill, trout, love it. Oh, got him. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good fish. There's like 3 of them. These aren't the massive ones that we were hoping and searching for, but this is a good fish. What are you? What are you? Oh, okay. Alright. Little bass. Alright. I thought it was going to be a big old crappie. Oh, man. Alright. I think we have hooked. We didn't in theory catch the crappie, but I think we have hooked every species that is in this lake. Little guy. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know what that fish that we've seen previously, not today, actually is. I don't know if it's a bass. I don't know if it's a trout, but it's right around 2 foot long. And a 2 foot long bass or a 2 foot long trout, I would be very excited about catching. But we had to move to another spot, and we found a spot that has a little bit of grass. Again, I haven't seen that massive one anywhere. It could be gone in theory, but there seem to be a few more fish over in this spot. But let's see if we can't catch a couple more before dark, and hopefully see that big one at some point in time. At least know it's here. Get him. That one's not very big. What are you? Well, he's pulling a little bit. Oh, there's a... Hey, we finally got one. That's our little crappie. There's a better one down there. Finally got our crappie. The other one was much bigger than this one. Little guy. But there's a school. No. I assume a crappie. They're coming on through. See if we can't get back to back. Get him. There's a bigger one behind him. Oh, he's not too bad. Bluegill, I think. The way he's circling. There's a better one behind him, though. Oh, yeah. Definitely bluegill. Oh. Not a 10. Definitely an 8 plus. See if we can't. There's a better one down there. See if we can get him before he moves on. Oh, he's moving. No. Little guy. There's still a better one down there. This one's tiny. Holy cow. How? How? That's the smallest one by far. I don't even know how he ate that. Oh, the better one's leaving. He watched his buddy get plucked off and dipped. I don't even know how that one ate it. That is a ginormous bait for what was probably a 5-inch gill. That was crazy. There's still some better ones around, but they are acting exactly how they did last ice season. Just super, super finicky. That's why they get big. I'm happy that we caught the 10 and the 9 3/4. I mean, that's phenomenal. But there have been definitely bigger ones down there. And we saw one of the, I think, bigger fish and I don't know again if that's a trout or a bass, but it wasn't a 2-footer. It was like a 16, 17 inch. But again, 16, 17 inch bass or trout, I would most certainly take, especially on a new bait, especially on rod and reel. That's a little one. How little are you? Scared all the big ones away. Yep, not a big one. I'm shocked at how small of fish are willing to bite this thing. I mean, that's only like a 6.5. All right, maybe we can go ahead and put on a waxworm, and maybe we'll get one of the bigger ones to bite. Well, that is it for today. We'll come back out and fish one more time with the Spade Blade out, either on this lake or another lake, because we definitely caught some good fish, but this lake is notorious for finicky fish. I assume that's probably how they get so big, but it doesn't matter if you drop down the smallest of tungstens. We did that last year. They still won't even touch it, and if they do, a lot of times they'll just nip the end of your wax worm or whatnot. They're just insanely finicky. But the Spade Blade, I love it a lot, just like most of Eurotackle's lures. I'm very excited to get this out on a perch lake though, because with those blades, the rattle, everything, I have to imagine that perch would absolutely tear this thing up. So if you guys have never used one of these, I would most certainly recommend them again. They're not super expensive. I would assume they do really well for walleye. I don't fish a ton for walleye in winter, but I would assume it do very well for walleye also. But we will get out one more time and see if we can't catch some more fish with this guy. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's good. Oh gosh, got hit in the face. That is a good crappie. There we go. On the Spade Blade, it hit me in the face when it came undone. Where are we? There it is. Nice little fish. Got a little cut up down there or something. How big are you? We'll measure him. This is day 2 of us using the Spade Blade on a different lake. We are looking at a little bit over 11 inches. Decent little crappie. Let him go. I haven't seen too many fish so far yet today. There it goes. Alright. I was a little concerned for a second. Might be taking one home. There's one fish down there. But yeah, brand new lake. This lake is incredibly noisy. We were out here very early this morning, and that is the first one that has attempted to come in at all. But this is by far one of the noisiest lakes I've probably ever been on. Got the little one. Little gill. Again, I am absolutely shocked at how small a fish will eat this big old bait. It's got to be over an inch, inch and a half maybe. But they're finally starting to eat it. Get him. That's not a bad one. That isn't. Is that our perch? Ooh, pulling a little bit. Oh no, just an absolute tank gill. Everywhere we go, we are finding these absolutely monster ones. Look how pale he is. Got the fins all spread. Super pale. That is crazy. I thought that was going to be a perch. The way he was slinking on the bottom, but I didn't think that. I guess I didn't guess that that would be a 9. What are we? Nailed it. Maybe a tinge over. 9-inch gill, 11-inch crappie. That's crazy how pale that one is, though. Alright. Man. Getting it done with the spade blade again. Completely. Oh, somebody apparently caught something. Completely different lake. Same results. Again, if you haven't ever used this one, I would most certainly recommend this one also. I would recommend most of Eurotackle's lures. I like a lot of them. And their plastics. Oh, there's a bunch of them down there. It's not a bad fish. Oh, he touched it again. Gosh. Third time's charmed. It was. That's not too bad. Another good gill. Oh, not quite as big as the last one. I mean, holy cow, we're gonna have to get the pliers for him. Holy. I don't know how he got the whole thing down there. Get on over there. There we go. How big is he still? I mean, he's smaller than the last one. But he's buddy. There we go. He's still almost 9. Just a smidge shy. Let him go. So many of them have crazy sharp and thick dorsals. Alright. That one took three times to be able to get him, though. A bit finicky twice, and the third time he absolutely smoked it. There's like 8 of them. Get him. Not a big one. This is one of those places that you just randomly get super, super lucky. Because I moved, and a place I've never fished before popped a hole, and we landed in the middle of weeds almost everywhere, and there were fish just loaded in the weeds. So, complete and utter chance, luck, and there's, oh, that one looks like a good one. He's coming in for it. Eat it. He didn't want it. There's like 5 of them. We're in really shallow water though, so everything's gonna look pretty big. But there are just loads of bluegill, I assume. Touched it. There, he's got it. Little one. Oop. There's, I mean, little, but one's still probably 7. And I think there are just dozens of these guys down there. You got it? That a baby. There's dozens of them. As soon as you drop down, they just come flying in. Hopefully there's some bigger ones here. I would assume there would be. So we'll stick it out here for a little while. And see if we can't catch a couple. I assume that there are going to be some big ones coming through all these weeds at some point in time. But trying to keep it away from the dozens of 7-inchers might not be the easiest. Got that one. Just dozens of these guys. There's a couple that look bigger, but how big are all these? Let me check. I mean, that one looks a little bit smaller. They're all, that's a 7. So I mean, like, they're on the verge of keeping. A 7's not great, but I mean, for as many as there are down there, this is just kind of crazy. Oh, there's somebody else. Yeah, he smoked it. Again. He did not slow down at all coming from the screen. Another little one. Okay, come on now. There you go. I mean, this is a place you want to take, like, kids to get them into ice fishing. Fish is flying in every couple seconds. Not too skittish to try and eat or anything else like that. If they were all just a ½ inch bigger, you'd have a easy fish fry. I don't know if that's a bluegill or not. It's definitely bigger than the rest of them. Way more skittish too. Just staring at it. Gonna eat. Eat it. It's right on it. Eat it. Oh, we popped it. No. Oh, man. That was a good one, whatever it was. I think he tore off my waxy. I see it falling down to the bottom. He ate it. Man. Oh. That is insulting. Just watching it fall through the water column and then go down and suck it up. That was definitely a bigger one. Get him. That's not a big one. Little guy. Another 7. Alright. Let him go. Man, I'd like to know how big that couple of those other ones were. They don't quite look the same shape as the bluegill though, so they might have been perch or crappie, but they look like they're getting close to 11-12 inches. So there's some good fish over here. There's just a ton of medium-sized fish too. Get them. Oh no, they're getting smaller. That's like a 6. We've seen a couple bigger ones still. They're just not willing to eat. Get that one. Well, that one feels a little bit better. Maybe just fought harder. Yeah. A little bit bigger. Probably pushing an, yeah, I don't think quite an 8. Going 7 3/4. 7.5. Not a big one, but not terrible. A lot of other days I'd be very happy to catch a fish like that. We're just getting greedy today. Oh, that was a good one. There's another decent one. Well, there's 3 of them. No wonder they look huge. Oh, I thought that was one fish. Oh my gosh. What are we doing here? There, little guy. Whoop! Oh man. Momentum carrying him out. I had finally hooked one of those big fish, not on camera, and he buried down into the weeds so badly that I don't think I'm getting this out. We'll mess around with it a little bit, but I think there's undoubtedly it's gonna break. And I have like a 8-foot, 9-foot leader on, and it's not even there. So he's somewhere, you know, 10, 15 feet away, so I can't even see. Might be able to put live scope on and pan around to see if we can see where he's at. Maybe we'll do that. But there's about 0% chance we're getting this guy back. So let's see if we can find him. No, that fish is moving, so that's definitely not him, but that's a good fish there. I bet he made his way into this stuff. Or any of that. I don't think that would be... That could be him right there. 20 feet away. Pinned. That fish isn't moving. That might be him. And he made his way all through all of this stuff. It looked... if I had to guess, I would say it was a... No. I mean, unless the line's off. No, he's this way somewhere. I don't see him that way. He could have got wrapped around that thing, but I guess there's just a good fish over there. Those are some of the weeds that we're fishing, and fish are just loaded in there. But we'll probably end up breaking this. It's kind of unfortunate because I really like that bait. Oh. Oh my gosh. It came free. We're still fishing. I have no idea how that happened. But that's phenomenal. It didn't bend out or anything. We'll have to definitely cut and retie. Well, I'm glad we didn't lose it, but that was a very nice fish. I would, if I had to guess, it was probably a 18, 19-inch bass. Alright. We'll fish for a little bit longer. Maybe we'll get another one. I don't know. I saw about 4 or 5 of those big ones before that one finally got bit. So they're not easy to catch. There we go. Drastic difference from the last one we hooked. Oh, that's not a bad gill. That is not a bad gill at all. It's well over 8. Man, I wish we would caught whatever was right before this guy. I assume that was just a very, very nice bass. What do we got going on here? I'm going 8 1/4, maybe 8 1/2. We are looking. Oh my! I was way off. 8 3/4. There we go. Let him go. Oh, there's a good. That's a good one. That one looks a little bit bigger than what we just caught. Can we get you to bite? Oh no, he booked. We'll give it just a little bit longer, hopefully be able to like, maybe coax another big one in, but otherwise that might be the end of our day. I don't know why I keep missing hook sets on video. That's not a good gill. All the smaller ones must have left. Ow. Must have left probably when those bass and whatnot started coming in. But these big old gills aren't afraid of them. That one I'm going to guess. That one's super light too. That one I'm going to guess is 8 1/4, 8 1/2. Just a smidge smaller than the last one. Okay. Another decent gill. Just another 8. There's a bigger one behind him. I bet he's just barely pushing 8. Nailed it. Was a bigger one behind him, but I keep saying one more, but it's hard to leave when you have this many good-sized fish that are willing to bite. Doesn't happen all that often. Well, that is it for the Spade Blade. In all honesty, there are so many lures I have never used before that I absolutely love, and this one's no different. I like Eurotackle a lot. Again, I like a lot of their products, but this bait, clearly the fish love it too. I thought it might be a little bit big for bluegill, but apparently that was not the case at all. They inhaled this, especially big bluegill. Caught a lot of good bluegill. Caught the biggest one of the season on this guy so far. I was a little surprised at the number of medium-sized bluegill that ate this thing. That kind of shocked me a lot, but caught some good crappie, caught a bass, caught a trout. We didn't catch a perch, which still blows my mind, but I'm sure this would do phenomenal for perch, walleye. I wouldn't be surprised if a pike ate it either, but we did end up with some large fish. I think it was a very, very nice bass that drug us into some weeds, and unfortunately we weren't able to get a hold of that. Otherwise that probably would have been the biggest thing that we've caught on a rod and reel yet this ice season. But if you haven't tried this guy, I would most certainly recommend this one also. If there are any lures that ice fishing lures that you guys want me to try, by all means comment that in the comment section below. There are so many that I've just never tried and I like a ton. It's getting difficult to pick and choose when you're going out fishing, like what you're using, and the tackle box is getting quite full. But as always, if you guys like the video, if you wouldn't mind liking, and if you want to see more videos like it, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, that'd be greatly appreciated also. Till next one.